Are the myths surrounding premium bonds true? Well, you've probably heard of quite a few of them. For instance, do new premium bonds win more than old ones? Are old ones even worth having? Does Ernie favour people in a certain part of the country? The UK money saving expert Martin Lewis recently did a podcast with Adrian Charles on the BBC where he had a look at all these myths. And in this video, I'm going to pick a few of those myths and go through them with you and try to see if they're true or if they're just fake, not real myths. Let's have a look. The first thing to ask is, are premium bonds safe? They are a government savings scheme, a government scheme. And because of that, they're backed by the government. Not only that, but all savings in the UK are safe up to the value of £86,000. So if you've got up to £86,000 in the bank, then you know if your bank, your building society, wherever you've got your money, if that goes under, then your money is safe up to the value of £86,000. And it's exactly the same with premium bonds. The fact is, premium bonds are a government-backed savings scheme, a government lottery, and because of that, they are completely safe. And Martin Lewis suggests that the only way you're going to lose your money on premium bonds is if the government goes bust or if there's something happens to the government. And if that's the case in this country, I think we'll be more worried about other things than losing a few quid on the premium bonds. Do new premium bonds really win more than old ones? And should you cash in your old ones because they're not worth having? Well, once again, Martin Lewis says that, as we all know, that all premium bonds have an equal chance of winning. Each £1 premium bond has an equal chance of winning. But the truth is, people in the 1960s, 70s, or even 80s, when they bought premium bonds, they were buying them £1 at a time, whereas today we buy them in batches of 25. What that means is people from the 60s and 70s, they've tended to have much less premium bonds because a pound in 1960 is probably worth £25 in 2025. And therefore, we're likely to have many, many more tickets in the premium bonds draw. And the truth is, these days, people don't just buy £25 worth of premium bonds. They might buy thousands at a time. And if you look at the winners list, you'll see that lots of those winners have bought in one go 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 worth of premium bonds. But when you've got 40,000 premium bonds against someone in the 1960s that might have at the maximum 100, then the new premium bonds you've only just bought you've got 40,000 more chances or 4,000 more chances than someone who's bought those a long time ago. So the truth is, no, new premium bonds are not more likely to win than old premium bonds, but you're more likely to win if you've got more of them. That's where this comes from. Are some areas more likely to win than others? What we often see is when you see the winners list, they're often in the south or the southeast of England. And that's because the density of people that live in that area compared to the rest of the UK is much greater. And people in the south and southeast of England are much more likely to hold premium bonds. Let's look at this as an example. There's many, many more people living in and around London in the southeast of England than there are in the northwest of Scotland. And because of that, you're much, much more likely to see a winner in the southeast of England than you are in the northwest of Scotland. So it's not really a location bias. It's just the fact that people in the south and southeast of England, there's so many more of them, and they're much more likely to have many more premium bonds and more chances of winning, of course. Are premium bonds worth having? Martin Lewis suggests that premium bonds are only really worth having for rich and wealthy people because all the rest of us ought to be saving our money in ISAs and other tax-exempt saving schemes than premium bonds, and we're likely to get a much better return having our money in an ISA because we're going to get over 4% at current rates in an ISA, where the premium bonds you're likely to only get just over 3%. And that's true. You are more likely to gain more money in a savings account, but what the savings account doesn't give you that most of us latch onto is that chance, that expectation, our anticipation that we might win something and we might win something big. The premium bonds are a lottery, but they're a much, much better lottery than the national lottery where you pay your money and lose it. At least in the premium bonds, you've got that chance of winning, and you've got the chance to, the opportunity to take your money back if you want to. And that's the beauty of it. But yes, Martin Lewis says you're much better off putting your money in a tax exempt savings scheme like an ISA than spending it on the premium bonds, unless you've maxed out your tax exempt schemes. In summary, yes, your money is safe in the premium bonds. You will not be losing your money. Each bond is worth £1, and each £1 bond has an exactly equal chance of winning as any other £1 bond, despite whether they're new or they're old. Location doesn't matter. The only thing about location is that more people in the southeast of England, because there's more population, there's more people that are likely to own premium bonds, and that's why there's likely to be more winners. And finally, yeah, there are better and other ways to save money, especially if you haven't maxed out your savings. And premium bonds might be the only route to go if you have maxed out your savings. They're the myths that I've picked out from the podcast by Martin Lewis. And I hope they've been interesting. I hope they've been informative. And if they have, and you've enjoyed this video, why not give it a like? That would be amazing if you did. And if you're enjoying this finance content, this premium bonds content that I'm trying to create, I'd really, really appreciate if you subscribe to this channel. It'd be fantastic. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.